Well, the Little League Tour is about developing kids that are wanting to get serious about playing more baseball. And ultimately, it's a very, very difficult tour. It might be one of the most challenging tours that we have because of the fact that Americans are very, very good at this age. And with us only playing once a week back home, sometimes it can be difficult and a bit daunting when they first show up. But over the course of a 3-week span, the kids will improve a ton and get a chance to play every day and figure out what the speed of the game is like in a different country. We start off in New York City, and this year we were able to go out to Boston and see a game at Fenway Park and get onto the field early and have Fenway all to ourselves. We then moved back on to New York City again and saw a Yankees game and played in Harlem. Then went to the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown and then drove out to Albany and then Niagara Falls. And after that we had a chance to drive across the border into Canada, and we stayed in Canada for 3 days in Toronto, caught a Blue Jays game there, and then headed back into Niagara Falls and then back down to Williamsport where we saw the Little League World Series for 3 days and got to see the best players our age that a lot of our kids had a chance to compete against. They're somewhere throughout their state and national tournaments. Well, the hospitality has been absolutely incredible. Everywhere we go, the organizations have looked after us. And, on this last tour, we probably had, out of the 15 games we went to, we probably had 13 or 14 barbecues put on for us. And it was just incredible watching the kids mingle and getting a chance to adapt to the American culture and watching the parents socialize with the other parents on the other teams and how the teams just come together and after a great game of baseball, wind down and have a meal together. On our younger tours, we always have a chance to get out and do some training sessions beforehand. There's so many things that we need to work on and so many movements that we need to start mimicking that we see on TV. One of the big issues that any team has that comes over to the U.S. is just not being able to catch up with how fast the game is over here. So we try to do as much as we possibly can to ensure our kids are exposed to some big league movements and are able to do some of the things that they see on TV. The changes you see from day 1 to day 17 are awesome. And like I said, most kids will show up here, they feel like there's a lot of pressure on them, and it can be a struggle there that first week. But over the course of those 17 days, they really get a chance to play a ton of baseball and figure out what it takes to create defensive movements that will get Americans out. And it's just such a fast game over here. They come over and, most of our kids have never been exposed to leadoffs and pickoffs, and this is our first opportunity to be exposed to the 50-70 level on the Little League Tour. And so it's just a great opportunity to be able to get as much work in as they possibly can before they head back to Australia or Dubai or wherever they come from. My staff's incredible. They come from all parts of the world and have extensive experience in baseball. We've got a professional photographer that comes along with us and takes incredible shots and really lets parents back home feel like they're part of the group and with us. We've been doing these tours for 10 years now, and ultimately we need to continue to match our kids up with the appropriate skill level. And we do see a lot of kids that throw hard over here. And every team we see is going to be a challenge for us, which is what our kids need. Where they come from, they're just not used to playing every day, and they're not used to seeing the types of velocities that they'll see when they come over to the U.S. At the same time, it's amazing to see how fast some of these American teams are and how quickly they get down the line and how quickly they get the ball in and out of their glove. And those are the types of things that if we're going to compete with the best in the world, that we have to be able to catch up to. And so that's why we bring these kids here. We got to get better, plain and simple. If you want to be the best, you got to play the best.